Welcome back to the $3,000 to $100,000 Forex Challenge, episode number 3. I'm about a day late, and I'm going to be very transparent with you today. So pay attention to this episode, and I think you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lesson that I had to learn. I've always had to learn over and over and over again, because you get a little overly zealous inside of Forex. So here we are. You can see my live mobile phone shot on the screen here. It is live. And I had to take a loss, and it was absolutely a personal mistake. I'm going to show you how the signal that I received from my signal service was absolutely a winner. But if you look back at episode 2, you'll see that I said I was probably bidding too much, a little overzealous, excited about the challenge, wanted to really get rolling. And the truth is, in Forex trading, that's why you lose. The moment you make Forex trading about emotions in terms of, I want to make a lot of money, I want this to happen quick, I want to get rich overnight, that's a bad mindset. And frankly, I came into this doing this. Now, for me, a $3,000 account is a pretty small account. And I manage up to $3 million accounts, and I may even show you some of those results from my signal service. Actually, it's going to sound a little outrageous, but I'll show you the screenshots because I take them when it happens. From my signal service, made a $120,000 last night on a few trades, but that was in a very, very large account that I manage. So nonetheless, I was forced to take a loss here, and here's the absolute transparent truth. We're going to trade out of this loss. I did make a deposit. You can see the account. I said, $3K to $100K challenge. I made a deposit. We're back at $2,887 and what is that, 60 cents. So let me tell you what happened. So I was obviously overbidding on the first signal set, and I just didn't pay attention to it that day. Was out riding my motorcycle. Where I'm at, it was like, it's middle of January, and it was like 102 degrees. It's just incredible weather. So I was out and enjoying that. And the moment that you take your eyes off of the ball, it hits you in the face. So I came back, and I had to force some losses. So this is a crazy thing. This happened. Human mistake. So what I did was I forced the losses. I did a deposit to bring it back up, to bring the account back up. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be embarrassing on episode 3. But it is what it is. We will trade out of this. We will get to 100K. I will guarantee you that. And especially if you can trade without emotions. So what I did is I did the deposit, and I'm actually taking these trades in this 3K to 100K challenge account using my full auto trade system. So what I did was I had intended to go in and reduce my bid, and I said, okay, let's start over. Let's be a little conservative here on the bid up front. And if you also remember, I did a tiny little tweak to my artificial intelligence on the full auto trade feed, and it's going to be more profitable. In fact, I'll show you a trade we took last night from the full auto trade feed that was extremely profitable. So a lot to show you. Most of it will be screenshots because I'm in no trades here. We'll see if, literally it could go into a trade right now while we're watching this. It is currently Friday morning, early in the morning for me, Mountain Time, as you can see on the mobile device. So what I did, long story short, is I did a deposit, and I went into my automated copy trade system, and I reset the bid. And there's a bunch of different columns in there, and you'd see if you're doing full auto trade with me. There's a column in the settings for slippage. If you know what slippage is in Forex, then you know what it is. And I usually set that to 1,000 points. What I also did is in my bid, I set it to 1,000. That would mean a 1,000 multiplier of the lot size that my signal feed sends me. I got busy, got some phone calls, went out again. The weather was amazing yesterday, rode my motorcycle. And I came back to another major loss. And I was like, what the hell is happening? So I went into my settings. Actually, I didn't look at it until this morning, and I seen that I had my bid set at 1,000 times. So it's going to happen. I think it took one trade. It was a $3,000 account. It took one trade at a 20.0 lot size. So that $200 per pip blew it out almost immediately. So I did another deposit this morning. There's actually some overall losses in this account. Right now we have a balance of $2,887. I'm going to trade out of it. I'm going to be transparent with you. I thought about starting a whole new account. That's not fair. That's not fair. And frankly, you'll see from the signals. Now, I'll show you the screenshots in the winning trades from my signal service. So you will only ever lose in Forex with my system if you do what I did. Number one, if you overbid for your account size and your leverage. And number two, if you don't set your copy trade system properly, like I screwed up. And it's funny, I don't normally do that, but this is a very, again, I'm not trying to be rude. This is a small account for me, and I'm managing a lot of other very large accounts and other accounts for people. And I left this on the back burner and I got burnt on that. So I'm not going to let that happen anymore. I'm going to bid properly. I reset my bid this morning. Here's what the bid's going to be. I set it at a base bid on the trades that come in at $2.40, so a 0.24, and typically I'll double that if a trade comes in that looks pretty hot. When I say hot, a hot trade, I can see the trades going on in my data feed on my end, and I can basically pick and choose those trades that are going a little bit deeper, which means going a little bit against me from the original entry. And that also means, because all of my trades always win, and I'll show you some screenshots of the signal that came in, they always win, and I know that taking those trades is going to be most profitable. So if you remember, I believe we were in an EUR AUD trade. That was the trade, and frankly, that's the one that got me all screwed up. So it is what it is. Here's where we are. Let me pull up some screenshots that I took of the actual signal from my full auto trade system and my premium no loss signals. I'm going to show you the signal itself, and then I'll show you on several other accounts how it played out and actually made some really nice money. Now, let me preface it and say this. The signal that is sent to me, to you, to anyone using my full auto trade, anyone using the premium or the free signals, the full auto trade is sent out at a minimum lot size, 0.01 lot size. My free no loss signals and my premium no loss signals are sent out at a 0.10 or a dollar lot size. And there's specific reason for that. You'll see that if you come on in and use the system. So here's the deal. Let me pull up the screenshots and I'll show you the original signal from the Euro AUD trade that we were in. And you can go back and look at episode 1 and episode 2 and you'll see the dates and the numbers all match up. So you really can't fake that stuff. So let me pull up the screenshots here. So here it is. Here's the original signal. You can see it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades. And all together, if you look at the bottom, they were a total profit of $10.43. Now, that's at the absolute minimum lot size. $10.43 made automatically isn't bad. But you're going to see that this is the signal. Okay. In fact, you can look at the entry numbers and you'll be able to compare this to the other trades. So let me take you to the next screenshot of the signal that came in, this exact same signal that came in to my, I believe it was my premium no loss signals. So here it is, and you'll notice it's 8 of the 9. So once I turned on my system for this particular trade, it didn't take the first trade because it wasn't turned on when the first trade came in. But it got the additional 8 that we scaled into. And here's what you would have got. Here's what you would have received in my signal service, even here's what you would have received if you bid $1. But of course, with my signal service, you can bid anything you want. You would have made a $215 profit. So you can see that it is just a winning trade. This is a win. This is a win. Now, let me show you this on an even larger account. So this is the exact same symbol. You can go back and reverse the video and compare the numbers. This is the exact same signal that I took on a very large managed account that I have. And you can see the bid is greatly increased. It was a $35,718 profit. Exact same signal that's sent out. So you get to see the diversity there. And in the end, as long as you're bidding, the signal will win. As long as you're bidding properly for your account, for your leverage, the signal will win. It never loses. It never loses. You can see that I took a loss because I was stupid and I didn't pay attention and I walked away from it, and I really, wasn't too worried about my $3,000 account when really one of the accounts I was watching was this one, which made $35,718. Now, let me jump ahead and show you a couple signals we missed because I didn't have my account set up properly. So here's a GBP JPY trade that closed in profit last night. You can see the dates, you can see the prices, you can go back in history and look at these prices. This is how it played out. So this was a $120,157 profit on that same large account that I just showed you the $35,000 profit on. And this is a signal directly from my system. Pretty profitable, right? I think you'll agree. Let me show you a few others. Now here's the exact same signal on a smaller account, obviously pretty much bidding the absolute minimum. This was the signal itself. So the signal itself made $34.98. All on autopilot, all automatically. Again, it depends on your account size, depends on what you bid. You can see you can make $120,000 on one end or $34.98 on the other end. It really depends on what you bid, your account size, your leverage. Now here's the actual trade I took on one of my accounts. When I say the actual trade, the signal, I was using the full auto trade, but it's the signal and the full auto trade send, the copy trade system that sent to my account. This one I made $349.86. It's the exact same signal. You can go back and look at the other screenshots. You can reverse. You can compare all of the numbers there. Like for example, look at the bottom trade. GBP JPY sell 0.40. The price was 188.783. If we go back, look, here's that other account. Took the exact same signal and it's the exact same price, 188.783. And I showed you this already, but look, this is the price. The bottom trade, 188.783. It's the exact same trade that my system's sending out. I'm just bidding different amounts. So here we are back at my $3,000 account for the challenge. No trades. It's Friday morning. And one of the reasons there's no trades, we would actually be in, I believe, an NZD CAD trade right now because my system sent it out. And I wondered why my 3K challenge account wasn't taking it, because I went in and I said I had the bid. I told you I mistakenly set my bid column at 1,000 when I should have set my slippage column at 1,000. I was rushing. I was hurrying. I'm a little embarrassed, but I'm going to trade out of any loss that this account has, and just to be fair and be on track. And listen, people make mistakes. I hope I'm being as transparent as I can be. I don't want to bore you with all my personal stories, how I was just busy having fun, and maybe that's what happens. So don't overbid. It's the end of the week here. Hopefully we'll get a trade. We'll see what happens. Typically volume's pretty low on a Friday. And we'll move on to episode 4. And I'm not saying I won't make any more mistakes along the way, but I certainly wanted to show you that it's not my system making a mistake, that all of the trades work out as long as you're not a bonehead overbidding and being overzealous on your account that maybe is too small for the type of bid you're taking. So that's it. Appreciate you joining me. Again, go to FX. I really didn't even say it much this time, but go to fxwithterry.com. Get into the free no-loss trade signals and start taking my trades. I give you a video, show you how to do it, even if you have never done this before. Start taking my trades on your mobile device. It's as easy as going in, choosing the currency pair that I send to you, hitting the buy button, making sure your bid, start out with bids 0.01, 10 cents, and get a feel for it and then you can start increasing your bid and start getting profitable. You can do it on a demo account. You can add some live money in there. And I'll guarantee you, if you're paying attention and you're following along, this is the best. And I know this for a fact. I build it myself, and I've watched what other people are doing. This is the best free Forex signals channel, service, opportunity that you'll find out there anywhere on the internet. That's it. I'll see you next in episode 4 with some positive trade results. I'm excited to show it to you. I'll see you then. Take care.